The liberal agenda has taken over. I mean, take these guys at PTR Radio just to look at these basement dwellers. Two fat guys, and someone thinks he's a freaking monkey. The end is near, folks.
And now back to just a great podcast. I mean, really great bunch of guys, just the biggest and best stars on the podcast scene.
And now back to PTR Radio with Mike the Ape Man, Shaggy, and Colin. These three guys should really come with a warning label, maybe like for rectal use only.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. That's right, we are live on a Wednesday. If this was another time, we'd be competing with a show. But not anymore.
No.
So, but you know what? It's a good thing that we didn't go live. Well, Monday, we couldn't go live because Mike was an abominable snowman.
That is correct.
So, you know, and we couldn't go live last night because we didn't want to compete with the State of the Union address.
Also potentially accurate.
So, you know, and so that leaves us tonight because as far as I know, there's nothing interesting going on this evening that could make anybody not want to watch this show. So, you know. So for the next hour, you have us.
Yeah.
So, but Mike, yes, you guys were under a blizzard watch.
First time since the late 90s that the entire state of New Jersey was under a blizzard watch. And they officially clocked us in at 21 inches of snow, which is just enough to make me angry because my snowblower only has an intake of 20 inches. So
you always need that. You always need that extra inch, you know.
So listen, it got to a point now where I got snow piled 6 feet high on either side of my driveway to make room for the cars. Thank God the snowblower was working and working well. I was smart enough to leave both wheels engaged for the full time this time. My neighbors were also very happy that I came out after the plows came by. Said, all right, you just knock down the pile and I'll move it. You don't have to shovel it. You don't have to lift nothing. Just chop it.
Right.
But yeah, there was a couple of moments where we had a little bit of anxiety, you know, shoveling paths for the dogs in the back, like where the dog's going to go, and you know, a couple of little patches because, you know, they like their privacy, and the side of the house where the stray cats or the neighborhood cats seem to congregate and come. That's tough because there's no place to throw the snow, so you got to walk it out to the front yard in order to clear that out.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was interesting. And then this morning I woke up and I'm like, "What the hell is going on here? Why is there snow on? Why is everything snow covered again?" It was like 2 or 3 inches tops, and it melted by the time I got home. But everybody on the town groups are all panicking. They're like, "Oh my God, snow again! What is it?" I'm like, well, "Okay, I think I actually replied. I've only had 1 cup of coffee, but there's a joke in here about somebody getting excited over 2 to 3 inches. I'll get back to you."
Yeah. Now, are you guys due any more?
So there's supposed to be another dusting, I think, Thursday or tomorrow into Friday, which I don't care about. But Monday, they're saying there's potential for another 5. 5 to 8, I think. I'm like, this is okay. My neighbor says to me, I was out there clearing in front of the fire hydrant because the snowplow, in their infinite wisdom, for some reason, could not find the curb. They were easily 15 feet away from the curb.
Yeah.
By the fire hydrant. So I went out there with the snow blower and I blew like a 4-foot path to get to the fire hydrant. Now he's backed out of his driveway. He's like, I was going to do that when I got home from work. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. Listen, you can come up and you can shovel around the edges, you know, where I can't get with snowblower. He's like, next year I plan on buying one of those. I say, good. That means it will never snow again. So go buy a snowblower. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, right at the beginning of our subdivision, there's a fire hydrant, and it never fails. Every time that it ices or there is just a ton of snow, somebody runs into that fire hydrant. And then it's just doubly bad, until somebody comes out and turns off the water. But yeah, it's terrible when that happens. And it's every time. If we get a good ice storm, that fire hydrant, it's going to get taken out. Just because people don't know how to drive.
That's sad.
So yeah, we had a little bit of snow here for a while, and it stuck around long enough, and then it went away, luckily, and I'm pretty glad about that. And it did get cold here for a few more days, and now I think the high today was supposed to be 50. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow or maybe it's Friday, it's supposed to be 60 again. So
67 on Friday is the high.
Yeah, so
we're almost hitting room temperature.
So, yet again, flu season in full swing, because nobody's sinuses can handle this, 65 degrees, 60 degree swing in temperatures. So, I don't know how many times the grandkids have gotten sick or my daughter's gotten sick, and, just because of this crazy, crazy weather. And it's just, it's kind of ridiculous. But that's the world that we're living in today. -2 one day, 65 the next.
Yeah.
Mike's high is on Saturday, which will be 53.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, Mike. You stay up on monkey news, right?
Of course I do.
So have you heard about Punch, the Japanese macaw?
Man, I have not seen the world unite behind a primate since Harambe. This little Macau monkey Punch is going to unite the world.
Well, he will.
And we're all going to meet at IKEA.
Unless it was, I don't remember which late night comedian said, there's a reason that the rest of the monkeys don't want anything to do with him. He's the weirdo monkey.
Well, is he though?
There's something not right about this monkey Punch. For other monkeys not to want to be around him.
I guess that's fair, but I mean...
And the other comment that he made, which I wholeheartedly agree with, is right now, that is an emotional support stuffed monkey. But wait till adolescence and puberty, and that is going to be a wife monkey.
Okay, what the problem is?
I'm just saying, that is going to be a sex toy stuffed monkey, is what that's going to become. And then you will see, how much of a problem Punch is.
Well, I feel like we are missing an opportunity if we don't name the stuffed monkey Judy. I mean, just to be fair.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what cracks me up is that IKEA worldwide has sold out of that little orangutan doll. And you can't get that anywhere now. This damn thing is going to be like the new Beanie Baby.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Right? Now, and to be fair, okay, I felt there is no way that you could not watch that video and feel bad for Punch. All right? Yes, he's probably the weirdo. Yes, he probably smells, and that's why everybody kicked him out. He probably smells funny. Maybe he drools or something. I don't know. It might not be anything major, but you gotta feel bad when all of the monkeys are beating the hell out of him.
I mean, according to the zoo on February 6th, they wrote, he's getting groomed, playfully poking at others, getting scolded, and having all sorts of experiences every day, steadily learning how to live as a monkey within the troop.
Okay, good.
So, evidently, he's gradually getting better until they start to make fun of him for having that emotional support stuffed monkey.
Well, eventually he's not going to need he's not going to need Judy.
Well, Linus still carries around his blanket.
Linus isn't real though.
But does he? I mean, okay. I mean, just from the standpoint, the comic strip has been in repeats for like what, 20 years now. So
Probably closer to 40, but yeah. I mean, I'm just saying.
40 years since Charlie Schwartz died.
But regardless, I mean, there's some people that never get away from their crutches.
And then there are some that do. Look at Kenny from Mr. Mom. He gave up his whoopee.
Yeah, you're right. He did eventually give up his whoopee. So
I thought you were going to say Kenny from South Park when they stopped killing him all the time.
I was going there eventually too, but
No.
that is showing our age, referencing Mr. Mom.
It's probably a movie that you couldn't remake today.
No, it's not. That's like recently, one of the stars of Revenge of the Nerds passed away. Another movie which could not be made today.
And it was the star that was involved with one of the scenes that made it
very much not able to
the
be
scene
made
that made
today.
you. Yeah, you can't do this. Can't do that.
No,
Can't do that. That's the kind of thing that gets you on lists.
Yes,
Lists that are named after the same last name as a former co-host of mine.
yeah, yes, but
Same last name as half of the lawyers in Hollywood.
but probably not on that list.
Who, Kenny?
No, your co-host is probably not on that list.
Oh no, he's not.
After his name.
He's not.
I do love all the memes, like Kylo Ren not on that list.
Yeah, between that and and whoever's going to return in Avengers Doomsday, those are the two competing memes right now. Although there is an up and comer.
Oh yeah, which one? I have not.
Anything that has a guy doing this.
Yeah. The whole.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, so at the to discuss that a little bit at the closing ceremonies, there was all this talk about how the Olympics were so different, that everybody was so friendly to each other. I wish you saw, like when you're watching the figure skaters, they're throwing balls to each other to get each other loosened up to go out and skate their program. And it's just like, yeah, except for curling, the one that's been famous for years about being a gentlemanly sport where everybody goes and polices the rules themselves. That's the one that turned into a bar fight.
Yep. And if I recall, the Canadians, who were the ones that were getting accused of cheating,
yeah,
didn't they win the gold anyway?
Yes.
So
because they weren't cheating. So the best equivalent I saw of this was to say, if you were watching NASCAR and They go out there, so they come into the pits. They go in, they change out the tires, and they put the gas in. And then as the car starts pulling out, somebody just slaps the back of the car. It's like, oh, they're pushing the car to give it more oomph. That's not how that works. You can't slap the back of the car and give it any extra momentum. And same thing with a 40-pound stone that's already going down. Giving it a little poke with your finger is not doing anything.
But you still can't touch it once it hits the hog line. That's the whole thing.
Well, yes, but the point was that he wasn't to the hog line yet. They were saying that you can't touch the stone, period. No. That's a separate thing. The hog line, that's a separate thing. They were going after you can't touch the stone at all. You can only touch the handle. And that's the thing that they actually. So they put people out there. They actually, disqualified a couple rocks there the next day, and then they were like, "No, this is stupid. We can't keep doing this." And they stopped doing that. But yeah, it was. Anyway, the point is, really, in curling had to be the one where all the controversy was. That's
so. This is the part
hilarious.
That is best, like. For the next 4 years, I ain't gonna give a damn about curling.
No, nobody does.
For during the Olympics, I think I watched more curling than I did hockey.
My wife kept going, I don't understand curling. I'm like, it's shuffleboard. I'm like, it's shuffleboard. Well, I don't understand the soaring. Nobody does. It's shuffleboard. Just I'm like, that's all you need to know.
That's it.
But actually, I do care about it in between. If I can find curling on TV to watch between the Olympics, then yes, I'm going to watch
well,
it.
but see, the thing
is
is,
actually a curling club not 10 miles from my house. That if I wanted to go and actually learn and try to do curling, I could.
But see, that wasn't even the most controversial sport in the Olympics this year. Realistically, the most discussed sport, we'll call it.
All right.
It was
yeah. I didn't know about this until you shared this article.
Yeah.
Skimo.
which sounds like a nickname for somebody, not a sport. You know?
I thought he sang that song, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
It sounds like an 80s rapper.
No, that's Skilo.
Mm-hmm.
Not Skimo. I watched this video. This is the stupidest thing I've seen. Run up the hill, take your skis off. Run some more, run up the steps, put your skis back on, take the covers off, ski down.
Yes.
And one dude's literally like Lane Meyer just looking back like, hey, yo, I'm on the... What's up, man? I had like a 19-mile lead.
All you need is somebody saying $2. $2.
I would have put... That should be the Olympic sport. The paper boy on the bike. The downhill...
Versus the
BMX
one-skied skier.
To me, the worst competition in the Olympics was the big air competition.
I don't know.
What?
Big air. That's the one where they go down on the board, and then they just have that one leap up in the air and spin around.
Okay.
And then scored. Wait.
Okay.
Did you hear about the flub with the they didn't turn the mics off?
No.
So NBC, so on Peacock, they were showing the big air competition, and after the finals were done, they were supposed to go to commercial, but for some reason they didn't turn the microphones off. So you hear some moving around, and then you hear one of the two announcer guys go, "That was boring."
Yeah. The final
that was
final
so
was
boring.
So boring.
The semifinals were much better.
Yeah, the qualifier was more exciting.
Yes, it was just like, yeah, it was boring, and so I was watching. Within the sport, people are making fun of the sport. They call it "spin it to win it," because it has nothing to do with any artistry or anything. It's just whoever spins the most revolutions wins.
Although I'm happy about this though, because the commenter, which is Todd Richards, stood by his comment.
So I was just going to send you. Apparently, he did an Instagram reel explaining.
Yeah, he said specifically the repetitiveness of the tricks, the backside 1980s, made for a less exciting finale. Which, yeah. If I'm seeing the same trick over and over and over and over again, I'm bored as all get out. I mean, that's just the way that it is. I'm going to be bored as hell. So, I don't
know if we can play it or not, but there's a link to the Instagram reel from Todd. But it's like 2 minutes long, so I don't even know if we want to bother.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is.
So somebody pointed out to me that in Summer Olympics, so we had last Summer Olympics, we had the exhibition sport of breakdancing.
Yep.
Which led to some phenomenal memes that
Ray gun.
To this day.
We had Ray gun.
So next year, I guess the breakdancing is out. And next year, we have flag football.
Yes. We have...
I do not know how I feel about this.
Let's see here. And handball. And let's see here. What was the other one? I was looking at this.
Slap fighting.
No, we don't have slap fighting. That would have been more cool. We still have skateboarding. Rugby.
There's a very good reason why we have flag football.
Why?
It's because it's in LA. So this is basically the host country gets to add a sport, and so our sport is football. There's no way we're going to get everybody else to put pads on and do actual, American football. But flag football, you can get away with that.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yeah. So baseball, softball, cricket, flag football, lacrosse, and squash are the premier games for the 2028 Summer Olympics.
I have no idea how they're going to fit cricket into the Olympics. I mean, doesn't a game of cricket usually take as long as the Olympics?
It depends on what kind of rule. Apparently, they have several different variations in scoring.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know this is because I've picked it up by osmosis based off of what's been playing in conference rooms at work sometimes.
Each Olympic game is going to be approximately 3 to 3.5 hours long.
Yeah,
it's going to utilize the 2020 or T20 format, featuring 20 overs per side, which is designed to be fast-paced and TV-friendly, lasting significantly less time than the traditional multi-day cricket match.
Yeah, I just hope they understand this is maybe their only chance ever to get Americans interested in cricket.
So essentially what it means is each team bats for a single inning of 20 at-bats, so 120 balls. So, yeah. So 240 pitches or whatever they want to call it. Since the pitcher is called the baller, I think in cricket.
I thought baller or bowler.
Bowler.
Okay.
They bowl as in like bowling.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to bounce once.
I don't know. I've never been able to understand cricket, but I will give it a try. I will say the rugby format they brought in is that I really liked that. So if a fast cricket works, then we'll see.
Well, let's see here. It's been 128 years since it's been played last at the Olympics. So, this is their shot to make it back in. It was played in 1900 at the Paris Olympics. So, they have an opportunity. So, we'll see. And they used the T20 format back then as well. So, yes. All right. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I think more people will be interested in lacrosse because that is a very aggressive game from what I know of it.
Yeah.
It can be. Yeah. I mean, it's outdoor lacrosse, right? So it's not as aggressive as box lacrosse, which is basically lacrosse plus hockey. But yeah, it can get pretty rowdy.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see here. But yeah, I actually had the conversation the other day about because the two middle grandkids were asking why don't they have football in the Olympics, American football in the Olympics, and I said, well, it's because the rest of the world doesn't care about football. I'm like, that's why. It's because it's dumb. And people don't care about it. The rest of the world cares about soccer because more people play soccer than could ever play football. I'm like, that's just the way that the world works. And I blew their minds by saying more people in the U.S. play soccer than play football. And they're like, I'm like, yes, actually, soccer is the biggest, sport in the U.S. even than football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, in participant sports.
Yes, just not at the professional level.
Yeah, but it is growing evidently. Evidently, that there are clubs forming all over the place, and like the AAA or whatever you want to call it, the lower tier ranks are growing in the U.S. just simply because, it's. I think it's a lot. I don't think there's as many injuries or anything, so people see a longer play career with soccer than they do in football. So,
there's no question on that.
Plus, just the opportunity for money is much more there than football. I mean, yes, we pay football players a ridiculous amount, but nothing in comparison to what football players get paid abroad. I mean, look at what Massey brought in, and it was ridiculous. Not that I'm a soccer fan or anything. I just happen to know some stats. So
yeah. And flag football is the closest you can get to getting the other countries to play. If you try to play like actual full pads football, maybe Japan would be able to send in their sumo wrestlers. That's the best I can come up with for what the other countries could do.
Or maybe rugby.
Thunderscar!
You might be able to get away with rugby. I mean, that's the closest parallel that's played in other countries.
It's close, but it's not. If you're going up against a U.S. style defensive line and offensive line, you're good for finding quarterbacks and receivers, something like that. But for that, giant guys,
I would love to see Arsenal or one of those guys, one of those teams come and try and play an American rugby team who does a U.S. rugby Olympic team, just to see what that would be like. See if the Americans underestimated the physicality of rugby over in UK, Europe area, because they take that sport as serious as we take football and how hard as people hit in football. They take rugby to the nth degree. Okay, so at least from what I've observed.
Yeah, I would say the most rabid rugby fans, I think, are like New Zealand, Australia.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I just need to see the haka
Yeah.
before.
You know what? I'll get it. New Zealand might be able to pull off a full American style football team. And they would probably be really, really dangerous looking. Yeah.
yeah, you really want to screw over Americans? Make geography an Olympic sport, and there's no way we'll be able to get gold in that.
That seems to be a common refrain around the world. Everybody's only good at geography for where they are.
I don't know. I would bet that they're a lot better than we are at anywhere other than where we live. You know, I think even within the U.S., sometimes you have great struggles. Like I know I have great struggles putting names on all 50 states. All right, correctly. I'm pretty good with Alaska and Hawaii. I know where those are. I can get them every time. And I can get Illinois. Even ones in the Midwest, sometimes I struggle with. You start to go past that, I have real problems.
Yeah, it's in the Midwest. I'll give you that. Like I'll get Colorado, Utah, Nevada. Well, no, not Nevada, but New Mexico. Sometimes I get them a little mixed up. Those four corner states, the ones that all just look like block, right?
I mean, I don't honestly know that I could get Mike's neck of the woods right. All right.
Well, that's
You
because
find New York, and then go below it, to the left.
I mean, I couldn't say that with 100% certainty that I could. So.
Now, I have a harder problem with Boston than I have with. Remember, for some reason, I have a mental block about Boston being south of New York, not being north of New York.
Well, Boston's a city, not a state.
Yes.
So that would be very
But it is a
difficult.
harbor.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you got me on that one. But I was talking about labeling states, and then you went to a city, so I wasn't sure if you were confused or not for a second.
No, because Boston's Massachusetts, and so I do have a mental block of trying to,
Oh, okay.
without
So,
looking at a map, thinking that Massachusetts is going to be below New York, not above New York.
okay.
it's neither.
Well,
It's
not
east of
behind
New York. Boston is east of New York.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's play. What state is it? All right,
I'm looking at the goddamn map.
I agree. I'm sure that you're right, Mike. I just think this is going to be a fun game to play. So we're going to play a game. What state?
Yes, but it's along the eastern seaboard. It is north of New York.
Of New
It
York
is not
City.
south. Yes.
Okay, New York is a state. You didn't say New York City.
Hey, anywhere else in the country, New York refers to the city. We don't care about the rest of it.
The freaking capital is
Albany, yes, I know that.
yes, and it's west of Boston.
But I don't care about that.
Okay. We're going to play a game. We're going to play a quick game before we get to the movie review. We have to do this. All right. So here is a map.
Oh my God! No, you're not gonna do this.
Yes. All right. So, Mike, you can go first. All right. What is this state?
Idaho.
Yeah.
Okay. Colin. What is... Oh, that doesn't color very well. But what is this state right here?
Did you click on New Jersey? I'm trying to... Or is it Maryland? I think you clicked on Maryland.
Let me make it a little darker. This one right there.
Yeah, I think that's Maryland.
Okay. I can tell you that's Illinois. All right.
Yeah.
Cheater.
All right. Mike. That one.
Fuck you. New Mexico.
Correct. Colin. That one.
Is that North Carolina?
No, that's South Carolina, I believe.
No, that's North Carolina.
Oh, is that's
That's
North
South-
Carolina? For some reason, I
Yeah,
thought
'cause
because
South
those
Car-
two were the same. So
No.
this
That's
is
Virginia. That's
nope.
Virginia. Above it is Virginia.
okay. So that is North Carolina.
I mean,
All right.
Sorry to spoil that, but
So then we know that's South Carolina.
You cheating ass little bitch.
So Mike, what is this one?
Kentucky.
Correct. All right. So Colin, this one.
okay. So, ooh, Oklahoma. I'm not saying it's Oklahoma. I'm counting up. Missouri. That's. Is that South Dakota?
For some reason in my head, I thought it was Kansas, but I could be wrong. Mike, survey says.
I think it's one of the
It might be-
Dakotas. I think it's
Okay. We should have an answer key.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, that is Nebraska.
Okay, Nebraska.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I had Nebraska above that one. So okay.
All right.
No, I honestly I didn't know where Nebraska was because I thought that was South Dakota, and the one above it was North Dakota, and the one above it was I thought the one above it was Nebraska. I don't know.
All right. Then what is this one, Mike?
That's Montana.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like to have seen Montana.
And that is Texas.
Cheat.
It wasn't even his turn.
You know why? You know why he hasn't picked Hawaii yet? Because he doesn't want to click multiple times for the islands.
All right, Colin. What is this one?
Okay. So it's Colorado, New Mexico, Utah. I don't. I think it's the one above it. Is I think that's the crap. Okay, I think it's wrong because I think it's the other one above it. But it's, I'm going to say Wyoming.
This is Utah. The
That's
yellow,
Utah?
the yellow one that I highlighted is
Oh, of course.
Utah.
Sorry, I was getting. You know what?
All right,
Yes, I missed the count, and I was thinking that Utah was Nevada.
all right. And Mike, what is this one?
That one is New Hampshire.
Correct. All right. And last one here. Colin, what is this one?
That's Pennsylvania.
Correct. All right. So we are not as bad at states as what we could be, but we sure in the heck aren't as smart as a fifth grader. So since they go through the states. Oh,
least we didn't get ass capitals.
Yeah, I know.
Fail at that point. Start
All right.
asking me capitals, I'm gonna be like, what's the capital of Nevada? N.
Now, if I went through and got the territories of Canada, would you have had any clue whatsoever what those were?
Yes,
For the most part.
Saskatoon.
Yeah, but would you know where they were on the map?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, we had a movie to actually, Colin had 2 movies to review for tonight, and Mike and I had 1. So, Colin, let's go to you first and get your review
I
of...
completely forgot. I got the movie I was supposed to review this time, and I completely
Okay.
forgot I had the other movie to review.
All right. Well, then
So
we'll just review...
I will just have the movie I was. Yeah.
All right.
the
So
movie
we'll
we
just
watched.
review
Okay.
Play Date. All right.
Yes.
So, Mike, who's up for the overall tonight?
Colin is
That-
up for
that's
the
not me.
overall.
Okay, great.
So just a sec, let me get my.
So the movie we had to
There
watch
we go.
for tonight was Play Date. It is a Amazon Prime film, available now to view. Actually, so Colin, take it
I
away.
mean, that's how we watched it. So
Yeah, we couldn't watch it in the future, so that's true.
so this is a Kevin James, Alan Richardson movie. Let's get the good part out of the way first, okay? There are 2 kids in this movie, and as near as I can tell, it looks like they had a blast making this movie. I'm glad that they had a good time making this movie, because that's probably the best thing about this movie is that those 2 seem to have fun. I found everything but the first 15-20 minutes of this movie was pretty good. So think of kind of like Adventures in Babysitting, but worse. So Kevin James and his they never really said if he did he adopt this? I think he married the mom. They really say did he adopt him? What happened to the original dad? But let's just say anyway, it's his stepson. And they run into Alan Richardson's character in the park, and he has a kid too, and basically they get together as a play date. That's where the name of the movie comes from. But then the rest of the movie is a traditional chase movie of, road trip chase. They're in a car, they're being chased by the bad guys. Chase, end of movie. That part's fine. I'd say once Alan Richardson shows up and takes over the job of being the wacky, weird guy, okay, then this movie goes to somewhere where it becomes good, okay? So provisionally, this movie is smile/smirk level. It's not final review, but saying just that part, it's a good time, okay? However, the first 15-20 minutes of this movie is some of the worst movie I have ever had to sit through. I almost did not finish just off the beginning of this movie. And the reason why I said Kevin James is actually playing the wacky guy at this point. He's coaching his kids game. I forget, was it lacrosse? What was the sport?
Oh yeah, it was lacrosse. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. It's the end of the game. They're trying to win the game. And that's the point where he sticks in his stepson to be the goalie. It's like he has no ability to play this game whatsoever, and they lose the game. And everybody's mad. Well, they should be mad. That's the worst coaching you've ever seen. But then it comes into this scene where the other kids are mad and they start trying to bully the stepson. And then the coach / stepdad shows up. Now, in the real world, if this happens, you're the coach. You're seeing some kids trying to beat up another kid, okay? You stop it because you're the adult. And if anything goes beyond that, well, you start calling in, other things. You don't start puffing yourself up and try to look like you're going to have a fight with this kid and do lines like, yeah, let's see what happens. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're a 40-something-year-old adult beating up a minor teenager. What's going to happen is you're going to jail for a very long time. That's what's going to happen. This does not compute into a real world. That's why I'm saying this is some of the worst writing I've ever seen. It's like you're looking at this going, it's bad when you have writing of kids going up against each other and trying to start fights, okay? That's one thing. But a full adult putting them in the same exact script, it was mind-boggling. Just everything this guy did was just awful. It's like this guy needs to go to prison or a camp for mad people because he's going to kill somebody. Now, like I said, once Alan Richardson's character shows up and he becomes the mad person, then the Kevin James character suddenly becomes the sane one of all this, and then it's okay. But to that point, it was just anyway, it was kill to fire the first 15 minutes. I'm going to say it was a smile for the rest of it. I'm going to give whatever one above meh is, because I'm going to give one above meh.
Is that a smirk?
But okay, it's a smirk. Okay. So, yeah, it's going to be a smirk, but my suggestion is if you like any of these actors, and you want to watch the kids have fun, skip until, just hit fast forward until you see them at the park and Alan Richards' character shows up, and then just ignore everything that happened before that. You didn't miss anything. It does not hurt anything that has to do with the plot of the movie whatsoever, and you will come up with a much better experience.
All right. Mike, you want to go next?
Sure, why not? So I don't have written notes for this one because Mrs. 8-Man and I watched this movie together. I had the pleasure of watching the look on her face like, what the hell did you get me watching here? I agree with what Colin said about Kevin James' character at first. To see Alan Richardson in this, after watching him in Reacher, where he is very straight-laced, very straightforward. Before that, I didn't watch all of the episodes, but I watched the first few of Teen Titans, or Titans, I think it was called, on CW, and he played one of the superheroes there. This was a very confusing change of pace with him. It, based off of the other roles he has played thus far, this is very much like when Bill Murray did Razor's Edge, and he tried to do something dramatic at the height of his comedy career. Why Alan Richardson did this movie, I do not know, to be completely honest. But my biggest problem with it was when all of a sudden, how can I put this without spoiling it? The kid, Richardson's kid, paid tribute to the late Eric Dane's film debut of Multiple Man, and we suddenly saw 100 of him. And quite literally, it was the dumbest thing ever because it blew him up. I don't like the fact that they tried to set this up for a sequel. I do not want a sequel to this movie. I don't want to rewatch this movie. The bloopers were probably the best part of this movie. This was two white guys trying to catch the charisma of the Rock and Kevin Hart movie Central Intelligence, with the added perk of them having kids in the movie. So I gave it a smirk because, well, it wasn't terrible. It was stupid, and we have watched a lot.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So, I agree with both the other guys. The first, 15, 20 minutes, not the best. All right. And there's no resolution to the first 15 or 20 minutes either. So if you're looking for an arc to close those issues, you're not going to find it. So don't expect anything out of it. You just suffer through it or skip it. That's my recommendation. I watched it with my wife as well, Mike, and I got the same thing. Kind of, well, this is stupid. And so she quickly just stared at her phone and then fell asleep. So it did not hold her attention. Now, I will say that there's a little bit of interest in some of these actors. So Banks Pierce, who plays Richardson's son, he's actually... I have not watched any of the new season of The Pit yet, but evidently he's in 3 episodes in that season, in this new season.
Really?
Yes. He's I'm going to guess, since he's in 3 episodes, that he's a patient, and or a patient's child. So that's interesting. The other interesting thing about him is he's in some Darman Studio episodes, which, if you're a Facebook follower and you like those little short video stories that they do about redemption and all that other stuff, interesting that he's in 7 of those episodes. I may have to look for him now in those. I'm thinking he was quite young in those, though. So anyway, that's some interesting things there. Alan Richardson, other things, Mike said he was in Titans, where he played Hawk. He's also been in DC's Legends of Tomorrow as an uncredited role, Supergirl uncredited. He was also in, evidently, he was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the voice of Raphael, which was interesting. Did not know that. He was also, however, in Laser Team, which is a movie that we watched. And he was in, was another one, Blue Mountain State TV show. I did not know that he was Aquaman from Smallville. So that's another interesting thing. But yeah, and then Kevin James, obviously, we've seen him in a couple of other shows. I recently watched him in Guns Up, which was an excellent show with him in it. So that's why I was encouraged to watch this, because Guns Up was another 2025 film that he just did so well in. But anyway, this movie does build. It does get better. So suffer your way through, like I said, or skip. There's a few interesting, tropes in the movie that come to play. The dance sequence is pretty good in the middle of the movie. It's not terrible.
What?
I think anytime you can get 2 guys matching dance steps in a hotel lobby and nobody is paying attention to it, that's an interesting thing in a movie. And the fight sequences are not that bad. That we have seen much worse. I did get asked by my wife, how did he pick one kid and blow up all the others? That doesn't seem like a bright idea. But there's no logic sometimes to the ending of a movie. You just have to go with it. So, it was, and it was good to see Alan Tudyk in a movie again. Like I said, this was another movie. And Stephen Root in a movie, it's always good to see him in there. So overall, I'm going to give this one a smirk as well, just slightly above meh. It's not something I'd probably watch again. I'd prefer to watch Guns Up again if I was going to watch another Kevin James movie, because it just honestly held my attention better. Plus, it's more of like a John Wick ripoff, and I like John Wick movies, so I'd rather watch Guns Up if I was going to watch another movie.
Oh, everybody likes John Wick movies.
So yeah. But anyway, Mike, we need to pick another movie.
All right, so let me just double check here real quick. Shaggy, you will be on deck for this one, and it's 1 to 41.
Okay. 30.
Oh, why do I feel like this is going to be right up your alley?
Well, that's good.
Okay, so
Is it Space Bimbos from Outer Space?
no. Deacon, Matt, and Fred will do anything for even a glimpse at sex.
Okay. Well, it was going to be my movie no matter what then, huh?
They spend their mornings pirating porno films from Fred's after-school job at the video store. When Fred is fired, the well runs dry, and our heroes need to come up with a new plan. Make their own.
What's the title of this movie?
Barely Legal. You got wrong.
Is this like that?
This is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
There's that one movie where they like had lost all the videos, so they had to like shoot.
Oh, Be
like,
Kind, Rewind.
Replacements. Yes, it's like that. But porn.
This is like Be Kind Rewind meets Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Good
Meets The
news.
Girl Next Door.
This is hold on. Okay. Yes. So this is the National Lampoon's Barely Legal, not the Asylum Barely Legal, because you have to be careful. There are two different movies with the same name.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
When was this from? This was from
2003. Yes.
Oh, God. So this is going to be full on
This film
stupidness.
was also known as After School Special.
All right, so I gotta look. Okay, Amy Smart was in this. Tom Arnold. Oh, come on.
What? Starring Eric Von Deeten, Tony Denmar, Daniel Farber, Sarah Jane Potts, Amy Smart, Tom Arnold, Riley Smith, Cameron Richardson. So, yep. Horatio Sands, Lynn Shay,
Oh, God.
C. Ernest Harth. Lots of people we've... Oh, well, Eric Thomas Van Deeten is from Princess Diaries. He was the douche in the Princess Diaries. All right. And Anthony Richard Deanan is from Little Big League. That great movie.
I am pretty sure that you are going to get banned from adding to this list.
Only if you watch it with Mrs. 8-Man.
Listen, I get like 3 of those a year, and this ain't one of them.
Yeah. So.
What was the name of it again?
It's called Barely Legal. National Lampoon's Barely Legal. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, this is that time when National Lampoon was
just cranking out movies.
It's like they made Van Wilder. It's like, oh, we should do more. Just
yes, let's put more boobs in pictures. That's what.
Why
we need
isn't
to do.
Eugene Levy in this?
This is not an American Pie movie.
No, it's not. Good news. The box office take on this was ridiculous. $83,439. I have no idea what it cost to make, but I guarantee it didn't make back its money. Oh boy, this ought to be fun. So, alrighty, folks. Oops. And let's see here. So with that said, oh, that's not there anymore. Well, that's not good. That's not there anymore either. All right, so our closing music is not where it's supposed to be anymore. So I don't know what to do about that, but all right, we'll do this. And all right, good. All right. So, thanks everybody for listening and tuning in. Sorry we are on an off night tonight, but hey, it's better than not doing a show at all. We will be back in just a couple weeks, so that puts us back on the 9th, provided everything works out the way that it should. So, do appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget to check out the website ptrradio.com. Check us out on social media at PTR Radio. Send some heat Mike's way if you could to help melt the snow.
No heat. No, because if it melts too fast, let it just go naturally. It's fine. Fine.
Don't need anybody to send hair dryers your way, or
no, I don't want a flood.
Oh, okay. No Aquanet to thin the ozone a little bit more.
No, I did. So I did before this last snowstorm again. My dumbass was at Home Depot, and everybody else is buying salt for their driveways and all. I'm buying a big ass thing of grass seed, and I threw it down in my backyard. I covered the yard with grass seed, so it's under 2 feet of snow. If my lawn does not freaking grow in the spring, I swear to God, I'm gonna be very upset.
Yeah.
So we do want to be kept up to date on that as it
as your grass develops. We want to know if it works. So, all right, I think that is it for now. All right, with that said, folks, I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I'm Mike the Ape Man.
Stick a fork in us, folks. We are done. Later.